Hello and welcome to the fourth Wood Framing Wall Plus Getting Started video. This time, we will show you how to frame and modify wood framing wall connections in Revit using the Wood Framing Wall Plus software. So let's pick the same wall type that we used in the previous videos and draw some wall connections. So I will draw 3 walls so that we could have 2 different L connections. And as you can see, we now have L outer corner and L inner corner connections. If we reduce our view detail level and picked one of our wall instances, you will notice that each wall instance has 2 different end connections. The wall end that stops short at the connection is known as the butt end, whereas the wall end that is open is the long end connection. These connections are going to be framed as they're modeled. For example, the frame at the L connection will stop here, and the frame at the butt connection end will stop here. If you need to, you can also change the wall join using the Revit wall join tool. So now let's bring our detail level back to fine, and let's draw some more wall connections. This time, I will choose the interior wall, but in order to save time in this video, I will not make any changes to the structural layer material, although we would recommend you to apply wood. Okay, so as you can see, I'm drawing the new wall perpendicular to the exterior wall, and once these walls are connected, they will form the T connection. And now let's pick the same interior wall type, and we will draw another wall that stops short just before the L connection. We recommend having only 2 walls connected in one join, so that the Wall Plus software could identify which wall connection it needs to frame. We already have 2 walls connecting at an L connection here, so now we will select the interior wall and right-click on the blue dot at the end of the wall and choose Disallow Join for this end. As a result, this end of the wall will now become the Free Start connection. You can align the interior wall either with the finish layer like we did here, or with the structural layer. And one more thing that we'll do is select the Split Element tool and split the external wall here, and as a result we have 2 walls forming start or end connections. Please note that the start of the wall is always on the left when facing external wall side. Drawing direction has no impact. If it's too confusing, always pick the wall instance and look for these blue arrows, which are always on the external side. So for instance, in this case, the wall start is on the left because we are facing the exterior of the wall, and the end of the wall is on the right. Okay, so let's quickly link the internal wall type with the same frame configurations that we used for the external wall. Once the configuration has been selected, click the OK button. Then select all the wall instances and click on the Frame Wall command in the Wall Plus tool panel. And as a result, the Wood Framing Wall Plus software has automatically framed all walls, including their connections. You no longer need to waste time and energy on adding the wood frame in Revit manually. In this part of the video, we will show you how to modify the wall connection configurations. If you open the Framing Configurations dialog, you will find the connection settings in the browser on the left-hand side. So first let's look at the L connection. At the top, we can see that there are outer corner tabs and inner corner tabs. When we are at the outer corner tabs, pay attention to the I letter within the symbolic preview window, which stands for interior. And in the inner corner tabs, we can see the letter E, which stands for exterior. These red letters help you understand which corner configurations you're looking at. Both outer and inner corner connections have 2 different walls. As we observed earlier, L stands for long end connection and B for butt end connection. Our next connection type is the end connection. At the first 2 tabs, we control studs for walls that don't connect to any other wall at the start or at the end, whereas start connection and end connection tabs represent different start and end connections. Okay, so our following connection type is V connection. The configuration settings for V connections are very similar to those in the L connection dialog. Again, we have outer corner tabs and inner corner tabs. as well as the long end connection and butt end connection for each corner type. And our final connection type is T connection. In the T connection tab, you can control the studs which join the butt end connection of the perpendicular wall. And in the butt connection tab, you can define the configurations for the butt connection itself. Okay, so in our next task, we will make some configuration changes to the long end connection of the outer corner. But before we make any changes, I would like to point out the two numbers in the symbolic preview window. You will notice that the wall framing settings don't include these numbers as they are only relevant to the connections. These numbers are references for the X positions of studs. When it comes to wall connections, the X position controls how the wall studs are positioned in relation to intersecting walls. In total, there are 7 different positions, but we will stick to the standard option. So now that we've clarified the X positions, let's add a new stud as shown in the red sketch. To achieve this, we will press on the new item button, and then we will rotate the element by 90 degrees. Then we will change the position to external, and for the align type, we will choose the previous start. We can also go to the butt end configuration tab and add one more identical stud. Okay, so let's save the configuration changes. And now let's select these two walls here. Then let's navigate to the wall +2 and click on Modify Other, and then Update by Wall Link. And that's it. And now we can see that the outer corner long and butt end connections have been automatically updated after changing a few configurations. As a result, the Wall Plus software can save you a lot of time, especially when updating multiple wall connection instances at the same time. Hope you enjoyed our tutorial, and in the next video, we will explore the opening configurations in the wall framing. Till the next time.